You think you're a man? You're not. You're just a child who got older. That child inside you, the one that cries for validation, throws fits when denied, crumbles when unseen. He is killing you. He's not cute. He's not innocent. He's the reason you fail, the reason you break, the reason you never become who you were meant to be. And if you don't kill him, he will kill you, not with a scream, but with silence, one poor decision at a time, until there's nothing left. So ask yourself now, before it's too late, who's in control, the man or the boy? Kill the child before he kills you. Let's not waste time sugarcoating anything. Maybe you've aged, taken on responsibilities, and carry the weight of adulthood on your back. But if you're still ruled by your emotions, if you act on impulse, if you lack discipline and patience, then understand this. You are not a man. You are a child in an adult's body, a man-child. And that's not just an insult, it's a warning. Because that inner child isn't harmless. He's not just holding you back, he's the root of your failures, the voice behind your self-sabotage, the reason why your world keeps collapsing. You think you're suffering because of bad luck? It's the child inside you throwing tantrums when the world doesn't bend to your will. Machiavelli saw this. He despised it. To him, leadership was not a performance of emotions. It was a discipline, a science of cold calculation. Power, he believed, must be executed with precision, never impulse. He who governs through feelings is destined to be governed by them. And here's the first dagger of truth. Many of the people you admire, those leaders, influencers, visionaries, are nothing more than oversized children with titles. They break down when faced with rejection, rage when they aren't praised, implode when their egos take a hit. And the painful truth? You might be one of them. Ask yourself, why do you keep making the same mistakes? Why do your relationships fall apart? Why do you crash just before reaching your goal? Because you crave instant gratification. You don't know how to wait. You mistake emotional reactivity for authenticity. And worse, you think it's normal. You've dressed up immaturity as being yourself. You've called impulsiveness spontaneity. You've excused recklessness as honesty. But it's not honesty. It's weakness. It's emotional infantilism with a modern makeover. Machiavelli didn't write to comfort you. He wrote to awaken you. His words weren't meant to validate. They were meant to pierce. To him, emotions were like broken chess pieces. If a prince can't rule himself, he's not a ruler. He's a puppet, wrapped in prestige but hollow on the inside. It doesn't matter if you wear a suit, have a six-figure title, or thousands of followers. If you can't govern your impulses, the fall is just a matter of time. Because true power comes from patience, not performance. And patience is lethal. It waits, calculates, and strikes when no one expects it. Let me be brutal. The world doesn't reward impulsiveness. It exploits it. You wonder why manipulators always win. Because they see you coming. They know exactly which emotional button to press. They exploit your need for validation, your inability to wait, your fear of rejection. You think you're in control? You're not. You're a puppet on invisible strings. Machiavelli praised the cunning of the fox and the strength of the lion. These weren't just metaphors. They were models of strategy and power. But nowhere in his philosophy is there room for a child. The child has no strategy. He only reacts. He wants everything now. And that's why he loses later. The true leader doesn't yell. He waits. He plans. He feigns weakness to strike from the shadows. And none of this is possible if your emotions are in control. Here's the real blow. Society doesn't punish the man-child. It celebrates him. We turn them into celebrities. We give them microphones, clout, influence. We applaud their impulsive rants. We mistake arrogance for courage. We reward emotional chaos and call it authenticity. Then we wonder why everything's falling apart. Look inside yourself. How many times have you made a choice knowing it was wrong just because you couldn't resist? How many people have you hurt because you had to speak your truth in that moment of heat? That's not bravery. That's weakness. And you know it. You can lie to others, but not to yourself. Machiavelli wasn't cruel. He was clear. Life doesn't reward emotional transparency. It rewards strategic mastery. And mastery requires one thing above all: self-control. Not the absence of emotion, but the discipline to feel without being ruled. Can you do that? Or are you still begging the world to accept you, to understand you, to reward you for being yourself? Here's the truth you don't want to hear. The world owes you nothing. Not applause, not love, not forgiveness. What you don't take with discipline, you'll lose to your own outbursts. Immaturity isn't cute. It's not just a phase. It's a disease. And like all diseases, it spreads. One bad reaction turns into two. One excuse becomes a pattern. And the worst part? At first it feels good. It feels powerful, slamming the table, raising your voice, storming out, but it's false power. It's borrowed confidence, and it always crashes. The man-child doesn't plan. He acts like a wild animal, like a cornered beast. And that is a disaster waiting to happen. In business, in politics, in love. You want to know why people keep manipulating you? Because you're easy to read. Your wounds are visible. Your desperation, your hunger for validation. It's a roadmap to your destruction. You think being visible means being valuable? That showing what you do, feel, and think makes you real? It doesn't. It makes you exposed. It makes you easy, because any system that knows how to reward you can control you. No chains needed, just praise. You're not free. You haven't been in a long time. You confuse applause with meaning. You live for attention. You avoid silence like death. But silence is where maturity is born. In solitude, in discomfort, in not needing to be seen. Machiavelli understood the value of appearances, but he never said to be ruled by them. He said to use them, to manipulate your image, not be consumed by it. The man-child becomes his mask. He lives to maintain a persona until the weight of that performance crushes him. He betrays his values to be accepted. He trades authenticity for applause. And here's the cruel twist. The man-child doesn't just destroy himself. He destroys everyone who follows him. Because immaturity is contagious. Chaos spreads from the top down. Weak leaders birth weak structures. Emotionally dependent men create emotional war zones. And yet, it's not too late. Not yet. But it will be. The longer you wait, the heavier the price. Freedom, relationships, potential, legacy, all of it, wasted. If you've read this far, something inside you knows it. That discomfort in your chest, that whisper of awareness, that's the beginning. That's the fracture before transformation. Real awakening isn't beautiful. It's painful. It's raw. It's silent. And it comes when you finally accept that you are your own worst enemy. Maturity is not about killing emotions. It's about dethroning them. You don't silence your feelings. You stop letting them drive. And when you do that, something magnetic happens. You don't need to speak louder. You don't need to impress. Your mere presence says everything. That's real power. Quiet, steady, immovable. But let me say the most important thing of all. You do not become an adult by growing older. You become an adult the moment you accept that no one is coming to save you. That you are alone in the fight against your own chaos. You against your impulses. You against your excuses. You against your softer self. Win that battle, and everything else will follow. Success, recognition, influence, They become byproducts, not the goal. So do something right now. Write one sentence, just for yourself. Let it say, "Today begins my true adulthood." Not for me, not for likes, for you. Because if you don't, you'll keep hiding behind that mask that's already cracking. You'll keep chasing meaning in empty places. And if this has hit you, good. Let it. Let it shake you. Let it break the child in you. Now turn this off. But don't come back the same. Go out into the world with the eyes of the adult who finally saw himself. Build, but do it in silence. Move, but without warning. Let no one know until it's too late to stop you. We'll meet again, either at the top or from there watching you fall for not changing in time. You decide. And remember what Machiavelli would say. It is better to be feared for maturity than loved for weakness. Because a leader who doesn't know himself is a broken compass, and no one follows that without sinking. Now, one last truth. The man-child surrounds himself with flatterers. He can't tolerate critics. He needs safety, not challenge. He seeks comfort, not growth. And that is poison in any leadership structure. Immature leaders attract yes men, cowards, echo chambers. And that creates the perfect storm. A lost child with a crown, and no one with the courage to take it off. Sound familiar? We're not just talking about them. We're talking about you, about me, about every time we chose comfort over confrontation, praise over truth. You want to grow? Start by sitting with discomfort. Start by silencing the noise. Start by refusing to perform. Because emotional maturity is radical responsibility. No more blame, no more excuses. No more, "I'm just like this." It's you, all you. And the world? It won't care what you meant. It only remembers what you did. So grow. Now, because if you don't kill the child, he will kill you. Not with a scream, but with one poor decision at a time. Until one day you wake up, and there's nothing left to save.